Hi guys, it's Amy and you who found Amy Loves Crochet. Thank you so much for clicking on any of my videos. I really do appreciate your time. I just like to share my crochet journey with you. Sometimes that's finished projects. Hopefully that's finished projects, not always. But this week I do have one, so I'm excited to share that with you. Before I jump into that, I'd like to share with you what I have previously made that's on my dress form. This is one of those projects that is named probably for the yarn that was initially used. Because it's called the Red Clover Shawlette by Any Design Crochet. And it's one of these wonderful one skein wonders. It's an asymmetrical shawl that's got, you know, the little scallops on the edges here. And you can wear it in the front very nicely. You can wear it over to one side. Very versatile, very beautiful colors. This yarn was from a maker called Carol Makes. And it's a superwash merino and nylon blend in these beautiful yellow and green and cream colors. So she didn't have any contact information when I purchased this yarn from her, so I don't have that to share with you to purchase from her. But she was at the Midwest Fiber Fest 2 years in a row now, and so it was nice to see her again this year, showing her from this project that I made from her yarns that I bought the previous year. So very nice little shawlette here. And yeah, Any Design Crochet Red Clover Shawlette. Again, funny that it's not red, but I seem to do that a lot. I seem to find patterns that are named for the color of the yarn that the pattern was written in, or you know, what we originally see it as, and then it's not that color. So that's funny to me. Okay. So if you saw the thumbnail, because you click on things blindly and you don't see thumbnails, right? For my featured project, I used Hedgehog fiber yarns, and this was the first time I had used this yarn, so that was kind of exciting to me to, you know, we always like to try out new makes, new brands, new dyed yarns, whatever. So here is the label for this. It's from Ireland, and my colors were Dew and Blue Lobster. Ta-da! And so I've just got a little bit left of each one. You can see that the colors went together. And the one here, I think this one was now I can't remember. Since they're both blue, I can't remember which was the Blue Lobster. But you can see all the beautiful, beautiful variegated colors in here. That's what really drew my eye. And then I grabbed the solid to go with it. And it's not really a super solid. You can kind of see it's a little bit tonal with some blues kind of going in and out, you know, of saturatedness, of saturation. And we used a 4.5 millimeter Clover Amour hook. Those are my favorites. So this one is called the Rua Lace Shawl, Rua Lace Shawl, R-U-A. And again, 2 skeins of fingering weight yarn. That's all I've got left. I don't think it could have gone any better. It is one where you start. Let me show you where we started. Boop, 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 boop. So we start with the corner of the asymmetrical pattern. And I'm not sure why she decided where to break the color where she did, or change the color where she did, but we went for quite a few rows. I want to say we went for like 30 something rows, 31, 37, something like that, before we started the other color. So then you can see here where you just barely get these like stripes of the solid skein that I used. And so, you know, she puts out there where you change color for the different colors, where you change it in the pattern. Whew, can't talk. But you obviously can do the entire shawl in one color. You can do very, you know, black and white stripes. You can do, you know, the colors that she used, you almost can't even tell that she used 2 different skeins. I liked the little bit of color that this threw in there. And then once you get up to the top, you do a solid section, maybe 12 rows or so of the other color that you did not start with, you know, so you've got a big showing on the bottom of the variegated, and then you've got a big showing at the top of the non-variegated colors in my case. And then you do these little picot tips. Those are super, super distinct. You know, I really like making a shawl that has, I know I would never believe myself to say this, but I like to make a shawl that has like picots or tips on the scallops or something that I can specifically pin to make myself feel like I'm really, really pinning to the correct shape or whatever. You know, sometimes when there's a shawl, you get your lines a little squiggly or whatever when you're trying to block it, but at least with the picots or the tips like this, I know that I've got very specific looking edges. So yeah, it was a very, very easy pattern. You know, 4-row repeats where you're doing a little bit different combination of stitches, but it's kind of all the same throughout. You know, you're doing some clusters, you're doing some little puff shells, you're doing some V stitches, just really, really pretty. So generally when I make my one skein wonders, it's as a shawlette to wear in the front, but this one clearly as being a 2 skein project is much too big for that. So I was going to try to move my bench here so you can see a little bit better. Look how big. Oh, and then my sunlight coming through there, I'll have to just change that up. But let's open this against my white background so you can really see. Nope, it's still happening. There we go, maybe that's a little better. Can you see how the solid turquoise all down here, that solid blue, before you get to kind of, I don't really think it feels stripy, like I'm always afraid to look stripy. I mean, you can see the stripes of color, but I don't feel like it looks like that. I'm coming really close here. So, yeah, very good size. Very good size. So, bum, bum, bum. You know, definitely one that you could, I've seen where the sides come down and kind of tuck in, and I mean, maybe not with my shirt hanging out here, but you get the idea. Ooh, that sun. Ooh, you know how my mornings are with that sun. We love the sun. We're thankful for blessed to have the sun, but it can kind of pierce my eyeball once in a while. So I hope that you're able to appreciate the beauty in this thing more than I can show it through here, through holding it up. I have such a colorful background, you don't always see it. So I'll try to put in some other pictures, some other close-ups, whatnot. And then I just do have some chit chat, some pictures I took to stick in here and maybe narrate them just a little bit. My granddaughter loves to play with my blocking mats. So on a day like this where she's got them all laid out and then lays out all the babies, all the stuffies that I've made for her, I just had to snap a quick little picture of that. It was so cute. And then hubby and I were driving and I randomly saw this advertisement for Seven Sisters on a bus stop. So I thought that was really, really cool. I had to take a picture of a bus stop. I made banana bread. I used to bake a lot when my kids were little. And they're so big and grown and away now, like nobody eats anything that I make anymore. So I haven't made anything in a long time and decided to make this banana bread, and it was really, really good. There's so many different pattern or recipes out there. I always mix up pattern and recipes. So some of them were, so I looked up the one and it looked right. So I wrote it all down, and then I was like, well, wait, let's see what a little bit different, what somebody else's banana bread recipe looks like, a little bit different. And all the measurements were different. So then I was really confused, and some were very specific on how much banana to use, like 2.5 cups it said on one, and one was weight, how many grams it was or whatever. I had 3 bananas. I'm not going to measure them. I got 3 bananas. I found a recipe that said 3 bananas. That's what I did. It was delicious. Super cute little turtle. While I was driving to work, we've got bigger turtles that are probably, you know, good adult size that have been around a little while. Where's my hands? Like, can you see it? Like good sized turtles we've got, and we see them year after year after year. So that's exciting, you know, that your little friends here are continuing on year after year. But this was a little bit down my road, and it was really, really small. So it doesn't look like it by the picture or by the little video here that I took of him walking away from me, you know, but he was small. So I thought that was really fun. And then, oh my gosh, you guys are going to laugh so hard at this. I could not believe it. I'm a little embarrassed. Maybe I'm not going to tell you. No, I'm going to tell you. So my work had a employee, what am I trying to say? An employee gathering where we went to this fun place with miniature golf and stuff, video games, and played some indoor adult games with, you know, a bar and some food and stuff like that during the day. We closed the office early and everybody went appreciation, like an appreciation thing. And there were these really pretty flowers out front. And I felt dumb taking pictures of flowers out front of this place, but I wanted to, I love taking pictures of flowers when they're just a really pretty little, simple little flower. So I took pictures of these flowers because I thought they were amazingly beautiful. And when I got home and looked, and I took them really quick because, again, I was embarrassed. I leaned down, I took a quick snap and got in my car and drove away. When I got home and looked at the pictures, I was so embarrassed. And it's just me sitting there, and I'm mortified, embarrassed. As I expanded the picture of the flower to see how really pretty it was, I realized they were fake flowers. They were planted outside, and I took pictures of them thinking that they were real flowers. I can't even. Like, come on, Amy. It was funny. That's one of those things where, you know, I'm looking at the pictures. I'm all by myself, laughing at myself, and it was just too funny. So otherwise, just more pictures of some of our sunrises in the morning out in the front of my house, and then the sunsets are in the back of my house. And there's one picture, I'm going to start with this one. I was trying something new with my phone camera, and it's a panoramic picture. So once you click on this button, it tells you to start. And so I started looking out at the front of my house. You can see the edge of my roof as I'm looking forward through the front yard. And then it has you hit the button and you start to take the picture as you turn and then end, and it has that entire thing in one picture. So one picture shows the front of my house and the back of my house at the same time. It was so cool. I can't believe, like, I just discovered this for the first time today, or, when I took this picture, but it was a great picture. I thought it was really, really pretty. So, me and my house and my sky and my sun and the beautiful views that I like to share with you guys. So I've got here, at the end of the video here, I've got some pictures just to put together of different shots of the front of the sky or the, sky from the front of my house and the sky from the back of my house. So hope you will enjoy those here in a minute. And last but not least, I'm hoping to get this next project I'm working on. I'm maybe about 60% finished with it, and I'm really excited to complete it and share it with you because I've made this pattern before, and then I went immediately to a vendor event where I had a table set up and was selling my crochet, like a craft fair or whatever, and somebody bought this project from me before I even had a chance to share it with you guys. And that's probably been like, maybe I can see it right here. I wanted to say it was like 2 years ago. Am I going to see it very quickly? I remember it was on the bottom of the page. Let me see if I can find it. Sold before I even showed you. No, I don't think so. It's too far back. Nope, right here. Okay, so September of 2023. I made this pattern and sold it before I even shared it with you guys. So I decided, in going through my stash, trying to be motivated to use up the yarns that I've got, I found some yarn to make a second one, or make another one now and show you guys. So I'm really excited about that. Like I said, I'm about 60% finished. And one of the wraps that I have done recently, I made it all in one color, but the pattern that I saw, she made it with I can't remember if it was 2 colors or 3 colors. So the project that I'm working on right now, the pattern is shown in all 1 color, and I think I'm going to make it into 2 or 3 colors, kind of switch the color pattern, you know, with the one that I worked on recently. I just made no sense with that. So, okay, guys. I'm working on something. I'm almost done. I can't wait to show you. That's what that meant. That's my video for today. I hope everybody's doing well. Have a wonderfully blessed day, and I do hope you'll come back and see me again. Thank you so much for your time. Bye-bye.